again.
We're back. Welcome to season 2, episode number 1 of
What's
What's
brewing,
brewing,
sis?
sis?
I'm Shelly.
I'm Bianca,
And I'm Deanna, and here we come together to serve the brew.
Woo,
as
woo,
always.
happy
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 New
New
Year!
Year!
Woo!
Should we tell
As you can see, we are all bedazzled up, ready to party and celebrate this new year, and everyone got their cups.
tonight?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes. What y'all drinking on?
Ginger ale.
I've been drinking. I'm drinking some red wine from Cooper's Hawk.
I am drinking some punch. I know. I know, Bianca,
This
please.
is so embarrassing.
Not. I'm gonna bring out the liqueur momentarily. I had to rush and get something in my cup.
Brew crew.
We
It's
like
not easy being
wild,
green.
wild and crazy in the new year. I gotta get my sip right.
Yeah. We gotta get out here like Beyonce on the Renaissance. So
We're gonna be good.
our last episode was so much fun.
So much fun. It was a great time. We talked about the best of. We did a full recap show. It was absolutely amazing. And yes, we had a lot of fun. It was I think our longest episode. It was 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well,
2 hours.
there was a lot to talk about.
Yes, there was. We recapped our very first show, our favorite guests that we've had on, and all of our guests, while they are our favorites, some people stand out, and yeah, it's so exciting. I'm so excited about the guests that we have lined up for 2023. I think it's going to be so cool, and hopefully we can even bring back some guests that we've had.
Totally. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for all the new year has for me. I am ready to just live to the fullest.
Yes, me too. Me too.
So, as always, we always start with icebreaker. So I got some questions here ready for you guys.
Make them juicy.
Do you have any New Year traditions? Like some people make black eyed
peas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't have any hard and fast, like I must do this. I like the idea of cleaning the house on New Year's and sweeping out all the,
Sweep out the caboose.
Sweep out the caboose. Sweep out all the negativity or, some people like to do all their linen on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, but I prefer to throw away a bunch of stuff and get new stuff. So
yeah, similar for me. Nothing hard and fast that I have to do, but things that I definitely want to do is I love to make sure that the house is clean. On that very first day. I want to leave behind all negativity. I want to just have this idea of whatever was bothering me last year, don't let it bother me this year. But I tend to like to start as early as I possibly can, so it's not New Year's is the reason. It's more so that this is just stuff that I should be thinking. This is just stuff that I do want to get rid of. I hate all the ownership on the new year.
I don't have any serious traditions. I tried to do the black eyed peas one year. I'm but I'm definitely a clean the house person. There is nothing more peaceful to me when my house is clean and then I light that candle afterwards. Heaven.
Absolutely.
Do you guys always set out New Year's resolutions? Do you always say these are a list of things that I'm gonna do for the new year?
I don't.
Yeah, no, I do, but only because I feel like if it's something that I need to change, what better time to kind of do it? I just hate to fall into that cycle of, okay, the new year's here. Now these are all the things that I want to do. And either I don't do, complete it. So that's why I say I don't want to give the new year all of the ownership. But
Yeah.
yes, if it's a matter of like losing weight or not eating bad, yeah, I do. I like to make those resolutions so I can stop. Like New Year's is like a Monday to me.
We know how important Mondays are,
But,
Secret.
yeah, like I
So
like the fresh start of it all. And I almost feel like too sometimes that like if I don't go into the new year with something that that I don't need to change, I'm almost like complacent with the way
yeah.
things are. So I have to go into it with something that kind of make myself better or improve on in some area.
I was always a New Year's resolution person up until I want to say a couple years ago, but I
Mm.
was still setting goals, but I wasn't calling it New Year's resolution. The reason why I stopped calling it a resolution for the New Year's is because something happens for me like the last week of the year, like after Christmas going into the new year, where I'm sitting there like, I didn't do this. I said I was going to do this. I didn't do this. So it kind of brings on that seasonal depression, sadness. Like, man, I didn't accomplish the things that I said I was going to do this year.
For
So
sure.
instead of me turning it into a resolution, I set it as a goal. And goals sometimes change. The completion date for your goals may change. So it's less pressure on me. So I kind of set resolutions, but I wouldn't call it that.
Mm-hmm.
So for the New Year's, would you rather go out or stay in?
As I get older, I have been staying in, but I kind of miss getting all dressed up and dolled up and sparkled up. It's every once in a while. I don't think I have to do it every single year, but I definitely like to. I say definitely a lot. Definitely like to switch it up. I feel like when you get yourself and when you get yourself in that situation where you're kind of like, I gotta do this every year, kind of hold you to something that you might not even necessarily agree with, or you might feel differently. Maybe staying at home and being comfortable with your boo is what you want to do for the new year. So
hmm
I like to switch it up as much as I possibly can, because sometimes I do have that sense of I want to celebrate.
Yeah.
I prefer to be at home because I do like bringing the new year with the kids. I think I could definitely enjoy being out, but I haven't been out on New Year's in quite a long time. Or sometimes we'll go to church, which is fine. I
hmm
think that's a good way to bring in the new year. Kind of out, we still get dressed up and have the kids with us. But yeah, mostly I stay at home.
I think for me, a healthy mix. I actually haven't been out since 2018. I don't think I went out for New
Well,
Year's
for for
2019.
New Year's.
Yeah,
I know
I
you
don't
didn't
think.
feel like life, but yeah.
No, 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 for New Year's. I'm okay with staying at home. I do like the idea, which I want to, now that I have a home, I said I wanted to like do that for this year, but that didn't, happen with COVID and everything. I wanted to throw my own New Year's party and have everyone come over and get all dressed up and like we
Oh,
do
you gotta do
this is
that.
maybe next year.
Okay.
So maybe next year I'll do that. But I do like the idea, like you said, of getting all dolled up. I think now that we've been through a few galas and stuff like that, I realize how much I love getting dressed up.
Mm-hmm. I do. Like when I get
So,
dressed up and stuff, like I literally will just my little boo and be like, "Hey, what you doing?" Because
hey,
I
oh
want
this,
to.
you're like, oh
Yeah,
this little
right. Like, hey.
Well, I think we should get dressed up even when we at home, just like we doing right now.
Mhm.
yeah.
Um, I think it's great to be out, but I think the getting dolled up and getting dressed up should happen whether we go out or not.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
We actually did do that a few times in the pandemic. I think it was for my birthday. We
Yep.
got dressed up and we were on FaceTime or Messenger and
Yeah.
like
It makes
did
you feel
something.
good.
Yeah.
even if you're not going anywhere, like I know people laugh like when people like get dressed up and post their pictures on Facebook or social media, but I'm like, if it makes that person feel good, why not? Like,
Why not?
don't be so quick to down somebody because what they're doing, because you never really know why they're doing it and what they're going through. So if you have something to celebrate and you want to get prettied up and you don't necessarily want to go anywhere, do it.
Yep.
Pleasure.
I agree.
For those of us who set resolutions, did you stick to them? And Deanna, if you set goals versus resolutions, did you stick to those?
So I don't know that if I even really set anything like at the top of the year, but I definitely set goals throughout the year. And I think, yeah, some of them, maybe not all of them. But I also think they can roll over. So like if you set a goal, you didn't accomplish it in the year, I don't think like it has to like go away. It's just roll over to the next year. Like, okay, there's still something I want to do. I'm still keeping it on my list of things to do, and maybe I'll be extra mindful of it because I want to make sure that I accomplish it this year.
For me, my resolutions, that I stick to any of my resolutions. I would say that I did do some. There were some goals that I set that I haven't achieved yet. That I'm definitely, I think I kind of like fell off on. Like, dieting and, all these home improvement projects that I said I was going to do myself. I think I freaked myself out. Like, I don't want to mess up anything. So I definitely am going to roll it over to next year to, improve it. Looking better.
Yeah. Shells?
What was the question?
Did you stick to any of your 2022 New Year's resolutions?
I don't think so. Because mostly what I try to do is like true reflection on Shelly. Like, what do you need to do to change this situation so you can get to said goal? There's still so many goals. Like, there's like the important things to me, like buying my first home. That's extremely important to me. So, and that was a goal that was set last year, and I didn't do it. So, like, I tend to set these major goals, and when I don't feel like I hit any of the big things that I set. So with that, this year, I want to stick to it. So I want to say those things. Typically, I would be kind of shy and nervous, be like, "Oh, I've never bought my first home yet." But forget that. I want to be this year. The main goal is to purchase my home. To to either to either marry the man that I love or meet the man that I love. And yeah, all those major things, and to achieve whatever it is that Savannah wants to do. Those are our goals, and to set my and to finally set my goal weight and keep that. So I'm speaking.
Oh, you're giving us this year's resolutions?
I'm giving you.
2023. 2023.
Okay. Now, when you stay at home, do you guys normally watch the ball drop?
I do.
I do.
Like, I won't necessarily watch the whole thing, but even if I put it on for the last 10 seconds for the countdown or whatever.
Yeah.
I put it on for the last couple seconds.
I like to watch ABC7, and they have like the parties around town, so they have reporters at different parties.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be at one of those parties for some reason when I was a kid, and heck, even as an adult.
I did. So maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, me and my cousin Lucretia, we went to a comedy show, and that comedy show was being held at a hotel or wherever it was being held at. ABC7 was there, and so we saw them as they were doing the party.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, it was so much fun. So this year, I kind of wanted to do that, and I even said it. I was like, I don't care if I gotta go by myself. I want to have a good time. So I don't know. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe I'll go somewhere and do something fun and exciting. Because, like I said, I want to switch it up this year. I want to start doing those things that I said I would never do.
When I'm sorry, go ahead, Dan.
No, I was gonna say I like the idea of the parties, but then I also feel like I don't know, they be looking a little too crowded for me. And then I always be thinking like, I don't know, like what if something happened, I always be thinking like I don't know, the
I want
E2
to go
travel.
super bougie, like bougie, where it's like it costs too much money to come in and act in a fool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Like,
want one
I
of
don't even
those
be thinking
where
about people acting a fool. I think I'd be thinking like, what if somebody takes this opportunity to do some mass terrorist attack or something like this?
oh,
All
we
these
did think
people, and
like
it's hard to get
Jesus
out.
Christ.
Um,
like that.
as much as I
Holy
don't have
shit.
anxiety, something about the large New Year's Eve crowd to me
Girl, it
makes
can
me
happen
feel
at the
like
grocery store. So I'm like, it can happen.
I know. That's why I'd be like, yeah, I don't know.
At
Something
the
about
movie theaters.
yeah, I know all of it. Like, but
Mm.
I'd be feeling like this is a good opportunity for like all these people in one space or something like.
Okay, on to
Yeah,
less morbid things. What is
that's
the
my
best
problem with New Year's Eve parties.
appetizer at a New Year's Eve party?
Say that again,
What
Bianca.
is the best appetizer at a New Year's Eve party?
Ooh, that's a good
Mm,
one.
Yeah.
So recently,
meatballs. I don't
last
know.
year, well, it was maybe the year before, maybe the year before, Deanna, the party that you invited me to that they did for women who are survivors of breast cancer. Remember they had the little macaroons?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, girl, I was trying to take macaroons home.
Right, they were actually good, because I was like, macarons are stupid. Like, who's going and buying these things? But they were actually good.
It
Yeah,
was so good, girl. I tried to take home. Macaroons.
macarons are expensive. Like that little macaron place in
I just don't.
Oakwood
I
it's
don't
like,
get them.
yeah, they're like this little thing. It's like how much money? Like
And not all macaroons are created equally
they
because
not. But them macarons at the
maybe they put the stank on those macaroons. Okay? I was like, you got any more macaroons? Girl,
Right. He was like, "You got any more of the macaroons?"
I was like, macaroons.
So the best
yeah.
appetizer I've ever had was bacon wrapped shrimp.
Ooh,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. I guess I have to find out where you get the macaroons from because I don't get
Wait,
macaroons.
one year though, Bianca, remember we had chicken on a stick? And we was
Chicken on a stick. Girl, I forgot about chicken on a stick. Yes.
we
Chicken on
had
a
some
stick.
we had some awesome chicken on a stick too. So chicken on a
Haven't
stick.
seen it since. Don't know where to buy this. But it was the best. I had never had chicken on a stick before. And I was like, chicken on a stick? Girl, chicken on a stick is
Oh
fire.
god.
Mm-hmm. And it's like when you get a good appetizer, it's like you just can't have one.
Yes,
Yeah.
girl.
Yes, I think we was talking about that chicken on a stick for quite some
And it was called chicken on a stick. It wasn't like a skewer. It wasn't a skewer. It was
Here.
chicken on a stick.
So if we had macaroons, chicken on a stick, some good meatballs,
Maybe we can
and
have that stuff
wings.
at our grand opening because
Yo.
I would love for our grand opening to be the grand opening of our cafe, um,
Cafe Coco Latte.
Cafe Coco Latte.
Mhm, mhm.
I would love for it to have that element of like it's a real party where you can
Yeah.
relax and do your thing, and pick up some stuff that'll be on our menu. But yeah,
Mhm.
Well, that rolls me into the next question. Do you have any professional New Year's resolutions?
you go there.
So professionally, yeah, both. For one, I think that's a good thing that companies do, but people don't really necessarily take full advantage of it, is the goal setting and the performance review process that is done every year. I think is something that could be both, corporate and personal. So yeah, I think for like my for our business for Cafe Coco Latte. Definitely a goal this year is to get our doors open and just, start making our plans and dreams come true. Um, And for the podcast to continue to grow our subscribership. Is subscribership a word? I don't know.
Like, comment, and
Let's get the subscribership up and have some and get some I think we're gonna have an amazing year of guests and
Yeah, I
topics
did all
and
those. I
all
did
those
all those.
things.
Yes, I think we've been letting or allowing things to kind of just like happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't check on the subscribers, and then we get 3 or 4 more. And it's
Mhm.
especially when people kind of just organically find you.
Yeah.
Too, because I haven't really been like harping much on asking people. I do here and there, but I think sometimes when you just kind of like back off, let God do his thing, it all tends to work out. I will be going back to asking people.
Yeah, I think I look for unique ways or situations to ask people.
Yeah.
So, like I told you not long ago, I was at a concert, ended up sitting next to a guy who was there by himself, which we thought, oh, that's so like brave of you to just come out by yourself, whatever. But he was like, hey, I listen to music by myself. I want to come see the concert. So I bought a ticket. I'm here, But I ended up like talking to him most of the night because we sit next to each other. But then I end up, sharing with him that we have podcasts and all those things, So I like, just organic conversations and situations that present themselves. I think we should definitely, take advantage of any opportunities that present, and as well as being intentional,
Being intentional, yeah, for sure. So I look back at some of our episodes, reminiscing. And I think we're so funny. But I think it's needed too for women of our age, and it's like mature talk, but we can still be silly, and have fun, laugh about things, and have conversations that women our age tend to have, and older, whatever. But it's been just such a nice experience because often I tend to look for podcasts for women that look like me and that fit my age group to see what they're talking about.
Yeah.
It's refreshing that we're here. So if you haven't and you're here, like, comment, subscribe, share our page. We're trying to get to 500 and exceed that.
Oh, for sure. We ain't even gonna put a cap on 500. 500,000.
Okay, 500,000.
Yeah.
Would you rather celebrate New Year's Eve in New York or Ibiza?
Ibiza?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm not familiar with Ibiza. Can you tell me more?
Ibiza? It's with a B. Ibiza. I think it's a Spain. Let's look.
I think that it is too. There's a popular song where Jennifer Lopez mentions it. Wherever it is, I looked it up once before, but it sounds beautiful, and I think I looked up pictures too.
It is a Spanish island in the Mediterranean Sea off the eastern coast of the Iberian Peninsula.
Mm-hmm. New York,
the third largest island in Spain. So yeah, I think I would rather go there.
I would definitely rather go there.
Yeah. New York City again gives me terrorist attack vibes.
Jesus, Deanna.
Copyright us.
What is going on here?
Watch this episode.
But I would like my New York peeps to come to Ibiza's with us.
Oh Lord. What is the best fireworks display?
What?
I'm moving on.
I want to put my toes in the sand.
So. I do too.
Yeah.
I will put my toes in the sand.
Yeah, sand, beach,
just like
ocean, all that sounds great.
Just like we did, Vegas, I want us to be like, look, we got our ticket. We going, we out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to go
beach me, sand me, anytime.
Yeah, just put my feet in the sand. And the ocean is just it's so big. Like my very first time putting my feet in the ocean, I was so nervous and scared. I was kind of by myself at that moment. But I want to step into the water this time.
I'm with any body of water, whether it's a pool, an ocean, a lake, a pond. I don't know about a pond, but
Yeah.
water for me is so calming. When we went to South Beach,
Mhm.
we stayed in the a really nice area of South Beach. And behind, we stayed in a home, and I'm nosy, so I started Googling the houses in the area, and all those houses were like $1 million or more. It was a group of us. It was like 8 of us staying in this house. It was an Airbnb. But behind the house, it was a pool. The house had a pool, but behind that, it had like a little canal where people would like jet ski.
Mhm.
People were jet skiing, people had canoes and boats, and there was a boat dock. And I remember I would just sit out there every morning and every night. Every morning I would go out there with my cup of coffee and I would just sit and listen to the water and look at the water. And it was like the most peaceful I've ever been in my entire life.
Yes,
I
my
love it.
experience was Panama City Beach, Florida, and we had a room that was off of the ocean, and we would open that door, the sliding door, just a little bit, and then it was the sky, like the most beautiful sky. But you would hear the waves hitting the shore. It was just so beautiful. I cannot wait. Like I have to do that this year. So
There's
I'm
some
setting
place for
that
appearance
on the
attack.
No, I like beach resorts. Jamaica, Aruba, Florida, wherever.
list.
Um,
Say?
those are not crowded places. So
Oh my god! What did you say,
I
Bianca?
said, well, it might be a terrorist
Oh,
attack.
no, I'm
yeah,
perfectly
don't bring
content.
your damn terrorist.
No,
my,
no.
my
Those are outside of the major cities.
ocean.
So the ocean is kind.
Okay, girl.
Do you
It
guys
is.
watch fireworks on New Year's Eve?
I do.
Only
Yeah.
like on TV. Yeah, I haven't been like out like at Navy Pier or something. I've which I don't even know if they do Navy Pier fireworks.
I think they do. I feel like I've been there many, many years ago. I haven't done it,
It's been some
recently.
time, but yeah, they definitely do it.
Yeah. I know we used to go to Navy Pier often in the summer because they have fireworks like 3 times a week. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and
That's
when my
right.
kids were younger, it felt like we were more into it than they were. So I think we just eventually stopped going as much. But maybe they would like it now if we did it again.
Yeah. I think they were doing it every Friday and Saturday. I can't remember or if it was every Saturday, but they
It
do.
was like it's like Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, or something like that. They do it
Yeah.
like 3 times a
Yeah,
week.
they still do it
Hmm.
after COVID. Yeah. And then my last icebreaker question: would you rather go in a fancy dress or a cocktail dress to a New Year's Eve party?
Fancy.
Fancy.
Yeah, I think a cocktail dress could be fancy though. So, but yeah, okay, let's go with fancy.
You dress it up
I
with some.
think, like I said, since we've been going to galas and events, I have an affinity for like a long gown with a split up the leg.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I have to have a split.
I love your necklace. That is beautiful.
Thank you. It's a
Can I
little something in
borrow
the
it?
hand.
Can I borrow it one day?
Maybe. I've been waiting for the right occasion to break it out. I think I've only worn it once so far.
It's beautiful.
But I'm like, where am I going to wear this to? So,
I love your tiara, Diana. We are doing it. Happy
Thank
New Year.
you.
yes, I love your
This is
necklace,
my keepsake from
your
the
birthday.
Bridgerton experience. Yeah.
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 Very cool.
That's very cool. So I just wanted to give you guys some statistics. Every year, millions of people make New Year's Eve resolutions, hoping to spark change. The reoccurring themes each year include being more active to health and fitness, improve finance, and learning new things. Despite the best intentions, once the glow of the fresh new year wears off, unfortunately, most people struggle to make good on their plans. According to a study published in the Journal of Clinical Psychology, only about 46% of people who made New Year's resolutions were successful. What are your thoughts on that?
I get it. the huckle that you want. I think, consciously you want to do and achieve all the goals that you have because you think
Yeah.
that these are the things that would make your life happy. But I think a lot of people, me included, are just kind of can fall into an area of just being content. Like, this is my situation, and this is just what it is. I think
Mhm.
it wears off, when everybody's doing it. I'll never forget when I used to go to the gym a lot. I would be going to the gym prior to the big rush of everybody coming to the gym. And I was at the time, it was Women's Workout World. And so a lot of the women that were there would be making comments like, they're only here and they're only going to be here and for a certain period of time, and I was like, I never want to be I never want to be the opposing woman saying those things, and I never want to be the woman on the other end that's just doing it because it's the new year and then fall off. But I think it's very easy to fall back into bad routines as opposed to starting new. But I want to change that for myself this year.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
think that's one of the reasons why I don't set resolutions or call them resolutions, or I try not to even be like stringent on saying like, oh, come the first of the month I'm gonna do this, or I think
Yeah.
sometimes that puts a lot of pressure on it. Even setting New Year's resolutions puts a lot of pressure on it, and usually people make more than one. So then it's like you have this list of things that you say you want to do, and then as soon as you fall short on one, you kind of be like, forget about it, or like, well, maybe I'll do it again next year. So I do try to make changes as I see fit, but I try to be a little realistic, or try to chomp it down a little bit and not make it so pressure filled, because I think that kind of it's what leads to um the downfall.
The pressure does lead to the downfall, and I have been a person that have fallen off the wagon, so to speak, when it comes to some of the resolutions that I set for myself. I think it's just when you have been doing things a certain way for so long, it's so hard to break those habits.
Mm-hmm.
For example, with my finances, I had to have a sit down talk with myself about my finances a couple years back. Like, look, you want a house, you want these things, you gotta get it together. You need to do this, and that. And I think I was talking to one of y'all or both of y'all recently that I'm gonna put myself on a debt diet. And it's not because of New Year's, but it's because I have so many things that I want to accomplish in the new year that I'm gonna, be starting that soon. Where I read an article about this couple where this woman, she was holding up a pair of jeans and the butt had worn out of the jeans. And they basically put themselves on this, I call it a debt diet. I don't know what they called it, but where they only spent money on necessities. So their bills and food. And they saved a crazy amount of money, like $20,000 in a year doing that. They wouldn't buy any clothes. They wouldn't spend on any outside activities. Or I think they only spent on the outside activity one time when they went to go visit family. But other than that, they just whatever they had in their house, that's what was going to entertain them. And they only bought clothes when like the seat of her pants wore out. She was riding her bike to work every day, which is why the seat of her pants wore out. But things like that, I'm like, okay, that's something I can accomplish, although I'm going to tweak mine to where maybe every pay period I only have a set amount of money that I could spend on whatever, whether it's fast food or entertainment or whatever. This is going to be the amount I have to spend. Once this money is spent, that's it. But similar to what you said, Shelly, I had an experience a few years ago at a gym. I was that person that, okay, January 1st, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to work out. I'm going to lose all this weight. And I overheard two guys talking. And he said the same thing, kind of like, oh, it's I think the one guy said to the other guy, man, it's busy in here today. And the other guy was like, yeah, it's the beginning of the new year. So we're not going to see any of these people come March or April or whatever. And I was like, well, damn, that's mean as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how about you just take into consideration how that person that is trying to do this feels? It's like,
Mhm.
it's already hard enough that you have stepped up to the plate and recognized that it's something that you want to change about yourself. But for you to be rude enough to point out, like, oh, they ain't going to be here in March, that's sad. You never know how that affects the person.
Yeah,
So,
people are rude. People can be very rude when it comes to people starting. You know what I mean? And you never
yeah.
know. Like this could be that one person that decides, nope, I said I'm gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
January 1st, and they are still there at the end. Hearing
Right.
those things are very deterring. So yeah.
The people that call themselves like gym rats, they become territorial about the gym. They get
Yeah.
used to being able to use the machines that they want at certain times. So
Mm-hmm.
when a new crowd come in, it's like you're interrupting their flow. But it's like, hey, sir, hey, ma'am, either get
Relax.
your private gym at home or understand
That
you're
part.
paying for a membership that includes other people and get that.
Right. Like get out of here. Quit.
Right.
Yeah. And speaking of exercise, so they listed the top 10 common New Year's resolutions people will have. So, number one was exercise more.
Mm-hmm.
Number two was lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
Number three was get organized.
Okay.
Number four was learn a new skill or hobby.
Right.
Number five is live life to the fullest.
Mm-hmm.
Number six is save more money slash spend less money.
Mm-hmm.
Number seven is quit smoking. Number eight is spend more time with family and friends. Number nine is travel more. And number 10 is to read more.
Yep. All things I think I probably have said at some point, or wanted to make it a
Right.
resolution.
Except for the
Yeah.
stop smoking because we don't
I was
smoke.
thinking that. I was like, you smoke
No,
now?
yeah, I'm not smoking. Sorry. But yeah, no, I think that if you had, like, if the thought is on your mind today, the new year, do it. Like, do it, but don't say like in the new year I'm gonna start. Like, do it before the new year starts, or
Yeah.
Mhm.
do it the day
Start today.
don't
Tomorrow.
do it the day, yeah, the day that the crowd is necessarily doing it. But then don't make it a resolution and just say, in this time, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. Say every day I'm going to learn
Mhm.
how to spend money wisely, or every day I'm gonna do what's necessary for me to lose the weight. I feel like it has to
Mhm.
be like that tone set and not this weight.
Mhm.
Now you're doing the bad things to wait until the actual good day or the day comes or whatever. Don't
Yeah.
push yourself through that. Start now. Like I'm more of
Right.
the cold turkey type person. I've always have been that way. So normally if I say I'm gonna do it, I am gonna do it. I fall off, just like I'm not perfect. I fall off like everybody else that does too. But don't make it a starting on this day. I'm gonna do it. Just do it. Do it now. Like,
Yeah. Or whatever day you wake up and be like, today's the day. Like, don't put so much pressure on yourself to make it, like I said, Monday or the first of the month or on my birthday or whatever. Just whatever day you wake up and be like, today is a new day and I'm going to do new things.
I've
Like,
had
just
enough of the old.
seize that day. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then that way you're doing it because you're truly ready to do it.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah, the season the day.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, when I um, put things off instead of like if I have it on my heart to do it right now, I do better if I do it right now.
Mhm.
Instead of being like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this goal,
My
but I'm gonna
next
wait until
Friday, my day.
Monday. And now Monday has come and I'm not having that same tenacity I had on
Mhm.
Friday when I should have started on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely a good point. Do it now. I think we've said this before in another podcast. Do it now.
Most
Do it.
likely. Yeah.
Yeah, do it now. It's definitely been on our spirit. So, but it's funny because pretty much everything on that list except for stop, quit smoking or things I have in my head. Like, oh, I'm definitely going to travel more and, do all these things. I think it's a matter of just
And
doing
I
it.
think a lot of things are interconnected,
Hmm.
If you save more money, you have more money to travel with,
Yep.
If you take, steps to take better care of yourself, then you'll have energy to work out or whatever.
Yep.
It's all
You
like
exercise more,
interconnected.
you're going to lose weight.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
lose weight, you're going to, feel better about yourself. You feel better about yourself, you're probably going to be, more inclined to travel because you're not sitting around feeling, bad about yourself. If you
Right.
travel more, you're going to be happier. So
Right.
they're kind of,
Intertwine.
all intertwined. So there's
Hmm.
definitely things that I think we can all pull from that. But I'm definitely going to set goals versus resolution. And I think this year or today, I'm not even going to say this year, I want to start setting small goals versus the
Right.
big,
I was
the
gonna say
big,
baby steps. Yeah, some
yeah,
stuff comes by baby steps.
yeah. Because I think it's easier. I think it takes the pressure off if you say, "Hey, I want to lose 2 pounds by 3 weeks from now."
Yep.
So it's like, oh, 2 pounds? Okay, cool. I don't sweat the small stuff. I can do that. And
Right.
then after
Or
you
even if
lose
you
that,
say like 2 pounds a week or something like that.
yeah, after you lose those two, and then it's like, okay, I want to lose 4 more pounds by 3 weeks from now. Now it's like, I want to lose 10 pounds. And by the time you're done, you're at that goal weight that, you want to get at. I think sometimes looking at that big number, like, hey, I want to lose 70 pounds, it's like, shit, 70? Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to do that,
To get there. Yep, for
Yeah.
sure.
I like even with the financial changes or whatever, I like Dave Ramsey. He has 7 baby steps um
Hmm.
to financial freedom or whatever. So it's like, yeah, anything can be broken down into steps. And if you do one thing at a time towards the bigger overarching goal,
Mm-hmm.
it just makes it easier and relieves some of the pressure. So it doesn't have to be all or nothing. It can be, that you're taking the actions towards those that big goal, breaking it down into smaller steps.
And as you were speaking, I just kind of pulled that up because I'm like, what are the 7 baby steps? So, baby step one is save $1,000 for your starter emergency fund. Baby step two is pay off all debt except the house using the debt snowball. I don't know what the debt snowball is, but
I can
um,
tell you if you really want to know. So the debt snowball, you like line up all your debt. You can put it in an Excel spreadsheet, or whatever. Then you look at like what debt, by amount. So from the largest bill probably being your house, then maybe your car, credit cards, whatever. And then you pay off one thing at a time. Like you have to make whatever your minimum payments are on everything. But if it's like a doctor bill that's $400 or $500 that's been sitting out there, you feel like, okay, you can take that one off the list, pay it off, pay it off. And then move on to the next thing, as you go up in dollar amount. It is both, rewarding psychologically to pay things off, like to
it
have something
is. It
completely
absolutely is.
off. So even if it's a small debt, then once you pay that off, say if you was paying $20 a month on the $400 debt, but you get to the point where you've paid the full 400 off, then you roll that $20 into the next debt. So you were already paying $50 a month on the next one, but now you add 20 more, so you pay that off. Like just
Which I think was actually kind of what you taught us when we were going through our finances or that
Mhm.
snowball type of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Another thing too, like if spreadsheets aren't your thing, because I know a lot of people aren't into spreadsheets and things like that. There are a lot of apps. One app that I just signed up for that's already helping me. And if they want to sponsor our show one day,
Mhm.
it's called Rocket Money. But the idea is the same. Essentially, you're just putting that same information that you would put on a spreadsheet in your cell phone, and then it lets you know about subscriptions that you have, and if you're being double charged for subscriptions, things like that. So check your apps too for
Yeah.
different
Mint
tools.
is another one. MINT.
Mhm.
That one you can put
Um,
all your debts and goals, financial goals, and all. Yeah, there's several apps that can help you. They all, even though it looks different, they all run in Excel in the background anyway. But yeah, if you want an app that kind of sets reminders,
Yep.
make sure that you make your payments on time. You
Cancel
can
subscriptions. That's why I like
cancel
the Rocket Money, because
subscriptions.
you can
Yeah,
cancel the subscription directly in there, and you don't have to like go to the
go,
different.
go to the different apps.
Yeah.
my company offers a app called Upwise.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can link it to your bank account, and it'll kind of do the same thing. Like, okay, this is what you've been spending your money on. Here's
Mm-hmm.
cut it down. Here's what your monthly expenses are for the past 3 months. So this is how you do this. So you can
Mm-hmm.
set goals in there, and I'm gonna take advantage of it. I signed
Yeah.
up for it and haven't really paid.
Yeah, and the apps, I mean, they only work as well as you work them. So you do have to like look at the data because
Yeah.
it'll even show you like year over year, month over month, year over year, how much money you spent, this year versus last year, and how much you saved, and all of those things. And you can set, like you said, you want to set a certain budget for um, extracurriculars or whatever, for fast food or clothes or whatever. You can set that, and then if you go over or when you're getting closer to say, hey, like you said, you was only gonna spend $200 a month on
Hmm.
XYZ. You didn't hit the $200, so stop it.
Yeah. I
All the
think
different alerts and stuff that you can utilize.
and there are some people who are still old school, so they definitely have budget planner books.
Yeah.
Um, I saw some at Walmart in the clearance section that were $1,
Mm-hmm.
so you could get those.
Yeah.
Those
Ross
are
is good
definitely helpful.
too.
Huh?
Ross is also good for that.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's good
Before
to see it. I
we,
actually bought one for my son. It's
before
good
we
to see it.
proceed, Bianca, I don't even, did we say why we were not together?
We didn't.
Okay. Well, we're not together because we normally shoot our podcast together at a table, but we all are recovering for some type of whatever, whether it's COVID or a sore throat or whatever. So that's why we're not together. So
We together, but we not together. You know what I mean?
together, but
We still here.
Mhm.
we together.
Um, but going back. I
So
bought my son a budget book. Uh,
okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, I bought him a budget book, so he's very list orientated, like paper lists. Like he likes to write it out and see it in front of him. And he's been checking stuff off his box. So
Good.
I bought him that budget book. I'm like, maybe that'll help him with like finances and stuff like that. So
That's good.
um,
What were the other seven things?
oh, the other ones. Let me pull that up for you guys.
So we talked about only one and two, I think. $1,000 emergency fund,
Yep.
the debt snowball.
Pay off the debt with the debt snowball. Step 3: save 3 to 6 months of expenses in a fully funded emergency fund. So that's definitely something I want to do. I've been thinking like I definitely with COVID, because the reason we're not together right now is we've all recovering from COVID or some sort of illness. I was thinking to myself like, what if I couldn't work for 3 to 6 months?
Yeah.
Like having that money saved, and I could just be like, oh, let me pull this out of whatever emergency fund would be definitely great to have. Thank God, knock on couch that it happened. But that it's always good to have that backup plan. So,
Yeah.
um, although I would love to enjoy my work bonus this year, knock on couch. Hopefully, it'll be nice and plentiful. That's definitely going to go into my emergency fund. So,
Absolutely.
baby step number 4: invest 15% of your household income into retirement. Baby step number 5, save for your children's college fund. I don't have to worry about that no more. Hey,
Mm-mm-mm.
You lucky.
hey,
I'm starting to
hey.
sweat over there.
Baby step number 6, pay off your home early. I would love to do that. I've been seeing a lot of tips where they're like, you pay your mortgage the first of the month, obviously, but
Mhm.
that second paycheck you get, maybe I can't remember the math calculation, but it was like a certain percentage, whether it was like 10% or 5%.
Mhm.
Pay that on that second paycheck of the month toward the principal, and you'll pay off your house in 15 years instead of 30. So
Hmm.
like, oh, I'm getting
Yeah,
on that.
so it eventually it should add up to maybe full additional payment a year. Even if you could do that, one full additional payment to the principal a year, you cut down the life of the loan.
Hmm.
Okay.
And then the last baby step is build wealth and give. So, give back.
Yep. Because I, especially when it's something small and you're gonna do something reckless with it, but somebody else could do something major with it. I found myself giving back a lot more in 2022. So I definitely want to continue that in 2023.
Yeah,
And I say, before we become millionaires and billionaires, even whatever little we can give back, we should give back. But not only monetarily, but with your time, your talents, um,
Absolutely.
you know,
knowledge.
knowledge. Yeah. So people appreciate um, the sharing of time, talent, knowledge, just as
Hmm.
much as a monetary gift. Because if you donate your time and energy to helping someone either fulfill their dreams or learn a skill or something like that, you're giving them, empowering them to be able to, build wealth as well. So not only do we want to, give people money, but we want to give them opportunity, you know.
Absolutely. And that's something we've always talked about with our business. We always talked about how we want to give back. We want to set up grant opportunities for other entrepreneurs or people thinking about starting business. We want to educate back in our old neighborhood kids who are in high school and like what is my next step to be, things like that. So I think about that. I can't wait till we're at that point where we're like, let's go back to Proviso East and help out some kids that are sitting there, because I think I said at the last episode, I was the average kid. I was the smart kid that did average stuff.
Yeah.
Like I did just enough to get by. I, didn't do my full potential. I ended up graduating out of summer school when there's no reason I shouldn't have been in like honors classes, but I did enough to get by. Had someone come to my school and had that real talk, like you could be an entrepreneur, you could do this. There are things outside of this town that you can accomplish. I'm sure I would probably be on a different path. So
Yeah.
each one
Definitely.
teach one.
I can't wait to give back as well. And I almost feel like our journey has been one of like there is no way around that.
Nope.
No, I don't want to get around it at all, but there truly is no way around it because I think we see how hard it is to get there. So I am so my head is so in a space where it's like help somebody because show them that yeah, while it is hard, there are some ways to kind of maneuver through it so you don't give up because it's
Hmm.
very easy to fall in that bucket of people who have said well this is kind of too hard to do
Hmm.
this. I'm gonna go ahead and stop. um,
Excuse me, ladies.
but doing this allows this journey God has definitely shown me that um look, I got y'all going through this journey this way because I want y'all to take it and give it back to somebody. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
because
Hmm.
there's
earned
so many people that have, poured into us. There's no way we could not
it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
reciprocate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
You
like
know, just want to help just because it's us and we asked and, you know, all
yeah,
that good stuff.
like paying it forward is, you know, just natural. Like we
Absolutely.
can't we can't we can't not pay it forward.
We can't not.
We
We
can't.
can't not. That's gonna be our goal for the new year. We can't not. So, um, this has definitely been a great talk because I think that it's insightful for me to like set smaller goals and step away from the resolution and all the pressure that brings and stuff like that. What is going to be y'all takeaway? I know it's not a resolution, but what is going to be your takeaway from this conversation for the new year or for years coming?
Yeah. I said that this year, this is my year of the don'ts. Like, I'm so like, yeah, we're not going to say that we can't. So don't talk yourself into doing X, Y, and Z to get there. Don't do or continue to do the things that has, sidelined a lot of your dreams and go like, just don't. Don't do the things that are hurting you from being the person that you want to do. And I find, because I started before the new year, like if I just keep that mind frame, and just don't don't do something that's gonna hurt you, and then you'll be singing the same sad song come next year. Like don't do it. So that's what I keep in my mind. That's what I said I'm gonna do. Not no no not necessarily one thing. I think a lot of the things encompass, like if I change the way I eat, that like we said before, that's gonna change money
Yeah.
habits and things like that. So yeah, this is my don't year. Just don't do the things that's gonna sideline your dreams.
I came up with an acronym for myself, and
Hey, come on,
I like
don't worry.
acronyms.
It's PIMP, but PMP, which is preserving my peace, my prosperity, my personal finances, my personal health. So I'm gonna be pimping in the new year.
Hey.
in a new
Preserving my peace, my prosperity. I am preserving all of these things. So pimping in 2023.
That's
I like it.
that's dope.
I think I'm just going to focus on the small steps to get to the big overarching goals. So, like always, I say to the person that I mentor as a career coach, and I think I've said it to you guys as well. Like I'm like, how do you eat a dinosaur? One
Mhm.
bite at a time. So just take it bit by bit, one step at a time. And, anything, even if it looks to be like a super big overtaking, like if you just take it in small bits, anything is possible. So,
Absolutely. I think that speaks back to the small goal concept.
Mhm.
But yes, the first time you said that, I was like, I don't eat a dinosaur. No, who wants dinosaur meat? Like, that's gross.
Dinosaur meat.
You
yeah.
know.
Cheeks
But
cactus.
yeah.
I ate cactus, and I will eat cactus again if someone prepares it for me or if I run into it. But I don't eat cactus on a regular. But it's tasty.
Mhm.
It is tasty if prepared properly. Some
Mm-mm.
sauteed tomatoes and onions with it. It's good.
Girl,
It's
maybe
nutritious.
I'll be more adventurous in the new year.
It's
With
nutritious
food.
and delicious.
Yeah, it's just the thought of I don't want to like get stabbed in the tongue by cactus, even
Well,
though
they
I know they
take the
remove that.
pricklies out.
The idea, like I've never walked past a
I'm so
cactus. Like
sorry to start the cactus stuff.
it's just certain things that you walk by that you're like, yeah, no,
I probably never would have tried cactus had I not trusted the chef who
yeah,
was like, "Hey, let try this." And I was like, "What is it?" And he said, "It's cactus." And I'm like, "Oh." It kind of looked like French style string beans when it was cooked and shredded. So
mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I thought it was string beans. So
Very, very
I,
interesting. We learned something new about each other so often here.
so it was a trust factor. I liked the chef. Everything else I had from him was good. He offered it to me. I tried it. It's good.
All right, ladies.
I'm
Good.
so excited about 2023. I hate putting pressure on you because you don't know what's gonna happen, but I am just so excited to stick to my goals, to skip to my loop. I'm so excited to stick to my goals, do what I promised me, and yeah, keep those promises this year because we kind of have the podcast to help us stick to those goals, because when we're having the show next year, we can do like a recap and say, okay, what changed. So yeah, just I'm excited.
I also want to be intentional about being present in the present moment. So, although we set goals for the future and we aspire to do things, I do want to make sure that we also, suck up the moment of space and time that we're in and appreciate that.
That's back to those baby steps. I think all can be achieved if you're not eating the entire dinosaur.
Right. You got it, babe.
Get my quotes together this year.
You've been heating up. You've been,
I've been shocking myself. I'm like, with a little vaccination and a little COVID.
Yeah. You got it.
So, ladies, raise your glass. We're gonna cheers to the new year. Cheers to pimping. Cheers to
dinosaurs.
Not eating whole dinosaurs, eating one bite at a time. Cheers to
Don't do it. Anything that hurts you, don't do it. Do only things that will make you better.
Cheers to health and wealth and prosperity.
And Cafe Coco Latte opening.
Cheers. Clink, 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 clink. And as we say in Parton,
keep it
brewing.